Good afternoon and welcome to today's show with me, Dylan.
And me, Philippa.
Today's show is based on student life and we have plenty for you to look forward to, including how to budget, the effect of the cost of living crisis and a cooking segment for you, so stay tuned.
We also have a special guest joining us later on in the show from DMU who's in their third year, so we'll look forward to talking to them. First up today, we understand that students often have a difficult time adjusting to university life and to adulthood, let alone with the rising worry of the cost of living crisis.
In this exclusive feature, we talk about how this has impacted students and how much they really spend in 1 week.
We interviewed a student at university to see how much they spend in a week and to see if they have any money saving tips.
My name is Joseph Turner. I study accounting and economics and I'm in my second year of university. My weekly routine consists of going to my lectures and seminars, going to the library, going to boxing and playing video games. The only thing I really spend money on is boxing, which went through to university. That was a one-time fee of £35 for the year. My shopping, I spend not as much as I should on shopping because I often get takeout foods, fast foods. I'd say that I spend about £10–15 a week on shopping. What is my rent? £97.50 is my rent. That's a week. Yes, I do believe I budget well. I don't spend a lot on stuff, and when I do, I'm always watching, my money, making sure I'm not spending more than I can actually spend. Yeah, on a day-by-day basis, you might spend more on some days than others. Try to keep the amount you spend every week consistent. Find what works for you, because budgeting is different for different people.
Thank you for that intriguing report. Now here back in the studio we have our first guest, Connor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So you're a third year at DMU, yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing. So tell us a bit about what you do and what course you do and what modules you enjoy.
So I'm a third year graphic design student or graphic design illustration student. Modules I really like, we had a photography module that I really liked doing last year, and then this year we've got we get to design our own briefs in our first module, which is really nice. There's a lot of freedom in that.
So amazing. So that's really cool. So how has it been for you at De Montfort? Have you enjoyed your experience here?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, this year there's definitely it's balancing the stress and workload with
For sure.
with everything else. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed it.
Amazing. And do you have any idea what you want to do after university, or are you not quite sure yet?
It's a mix of not really sure, but definitely want to go into the photography side of things. Look for maybe a grad scheme or an apprenticeship or something.
That's amazing. So was DMU the only university that you looked at, or did you look at a few others as well?
So I looked at, I started looking at a bunch of different unis, but then the pandemic hit, so that got into especially being able to go visit them. But yeah, it was the one I ended up on after looking.
Amazing, that's really cool. So I can imagine, obviously, being a third year, you probably caught the back end of COVID and now the cost of living crisis. I dread to think what kind of experience that you're dealing with here.
First year was quite stressful being trapped inside, and now, with the cost of living adding to this year, we're balancing workload and budgeting.
It must be so difficult. Do you have a part-time job or anything to kind of support you, or?
I'm working, I go into a full-time job every holiday and of stuff, and some weekends.
Okay, cool. So you have a little bit to kind of get you by. Amazing. Thank you so much for your interview. And that was Connor with his experiences being a student.
Now we understand that student living is very difficult, especially just into adulthood and living alone. This has now become more difficult due to the cost of living crisis. We go to our correspondent to talk to students about their experiences.
It's the big story of 2022, the cost of living crisis. Rapidly rising energy bills has made money tighter than ever, especially for those trying to earn their degree. We're here at De Montfort University to ask students how they feel about the cost of living crisis.
Bills of electricity and water going up, I'm having to pay a lot more attention to how many showers I have, if we leave lights on and stuff like that.
Well, my bills are included with my rent at my accommodation this year, and they're capped at a certain amount per week, but I know that I'm going to go over that now.
A lot of shops have had an increase with basically everything they've got in there, so just generally going for bits and bobs, it's a lot more expensive. thing is, it really hit me when I went like shopping for the first time. Like pasta and like stuff you need to buy and like stuff that's very normal to buy has gone up so much in price.
When I was doing my grocery shopping, it was coming around 25, 30 quid. Now it's gone up close to like 40 quid a week. So yeah, doesn't really affect me that much, but yeah, still makes an impact.
There you have it. The cost of living crisis has hit students hard, with fingers crossed in lecture halls up and down the country that prices will return to normal soon. Torin Fahy, signing off.
A very impacting report from Torin there. Thanks for that. Now over to our social media channels. Thank you for everyone sending us messages, such as, I can't believe how much my flat rent has gone up from 123 Dynaman X.
It's insane, isn't it? I feel really sorry for students at the moment because obviously like housing tenants and things can just put like prices up and put caps on bills and things, and just you can go over it so easily now. It's just insane.
I think it's about being smart and making sure you choose the best deal for you, which gives you the best value.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Let's have a look at another comment. Loving the show. Has me excited for my next year at uni from Bunnix. Yeah, it's really nice of you actually to say that you're excited. I think it's important to like share everyone's experiences as a uni student, you know, especially everything that's going on now as well. So.
Well, that's all we have time for this segment.
Now out to Filbert Village, where our presenter Dylan goes over how to make quick, cheap meals designed for students.
Hello, so before we get started, here are the ingredients you'll need for 2 meals for under £few each that you can prepare in few minutes. So the first meal we'll be doing today is pizza bread. Chop your vegetables and then place your bread on your baking tray. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Next, get your pasta sauce and add a decent but light layer of sauce over the bread. You will now need your cheese and your cheese grater. Apply a good amount over your bread and sauce till it's covered. You can then either fry your vegetables with a slight amount of margarine before topping your bread, or add them fresh depending on what you want. Place in the oven until the cheese is melted. This should take around 5 to 10 minutes. And voila, you have pizza bread. Meal 2, quesadillas. You'll want to set your hob to a medium heat and place your butter or margarine in your pan, letting it melt. Take one of your wraps out and place it in your pan. You'll then want to top your cheese over your wrap. This is where you'll place your veggies too. Flip the wrap over so you get that familiar quesadilla shape. After it's brown on one side, flip it on the other side and cook until brown. So as you can tell, sometimes the presentation isn't amazing. However, it still tastes pretty good. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Some really handy meals there for students to take inspiration from, but I'm not sure about all the chilies and the fact that you left the seeds in.
Hey, sometimes it's good to have a bit of spice in your food. You don't just want mayo and it being bland carbs. You know?
I suppose, yeah. I don't know. I'm just not a massive fan of spice. I like a little bit, but not to the point where it like blows my head off.
Yeah, I think it's about finding the right balance where it's spicy enough, but it's still cool
like,
enough
tolerable.
to enjoy.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure, I agree. But thanks for the show. You know, we had a good show. We're talking about student life, cost of living crisis, and how that's affected students. But yeah, that was really good fun. Have you got any plans for the holidays, considering we're nearly at the end?
Probably see my family. Might do a bit of uni work alongside that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with the time management.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm going home for Christmas, which I'm very excited for, seeing my family, but yeah.
Yeah, you got anything planned for
that? Just seeing my family, really, just chilling out, having a nice time, so yeah.
Brilliant. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching and coming on the live stream. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for joining. Bye for now. Thank you.